Your name.
John Dramani Mahama.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance.
And allegiance.
To the Republic of Ghana.
To the Republic of Ghana.
As by law established.
As by law established.
That I will uphold.
And that I will uphold.
The sovereignty.
The sovereignty.
And integrity.
And integrity.
Of Ghana.
Of Ghana.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve.
Protect. And defend.
The
Constitution.
The Constitution.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
So help me God.
So help me God.
It's proper, I draw your attention to the presence of some important dignitaries in the House. We have the spouse of the Chief Justice of us, Mr. Francis Tokonu, apart from my spouse, Madam Alice Adjoa Yunus. We also have His Excellency Adama Bitogo, President Assemblée Nationale de Côte d'Ivoire. As you know, he's a very dear friend and brother of mine.
We are poised to embark on a journey of progress and inclusivity, united in our vision for a more prosperous Ghana. This day is particularly special for us and for every Ghanaian who dreams of a society where barriers are shattered and ambitions are realized. With the inauguration of Ghana's first female vice president, we have turned a significant page in our history. Nana Jane's ascension to the high office is not merely a personal triumph. It symbolizes our collective commitment to fostering a nation where gender equality and female representation are cherished and amplified.
One, we have waited for the Supreme Court to clarify its ruling or to no avail. Thus, we must take a different approach to resolve our differences through legislative interaction.
Because journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important. So
this government is not arresting anybody for speech. We don't arrest people for abusive language. I don't care how abusive the language is, because we decriminalize it. And when you decriminalize something, you don't make exceptions to it for particular people. You don't. It's the law. And there's two successive presidents who intervened in this particular area, just on behalf, mostly on behalf of you who are journalists, on the radio, you're doing your podcast and all of that. And would not arrest anybody for it. So our president, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Blaka, is frequently insulted, very frequently insulted, all on the social media, on this. Some people just get up, put $1 in their phone and get cussing. You think we're going to go out there to go look for those people to still arresting them? No. We're in the free speech era. These two laws, the Timber Mountain Declaration and the KAK Act, were specifically to protect your right to free speech.
I, your name,
John Dramani Mahama,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Republic of Ghana
to the Republic of Ghana
as by law established,
as by law established,
that I will uphold
and that I will uphold
the sovereignty and integrity
of Ghana,
and that I will preserve,
protect,
and defend
the
Constitution
Constitution
of the Republic of Ghana. So help me God.
So help me God.
We are citizens, ordinary citizens, ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country, as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Good day it is, and excited we always, fully energized, motivated, never reneging on the responsibility we've got. We do it with every enthusiasm, put all of the preparations necessary. And then the ultimate time, 3 o'clock, to deliver unto you what we've gathered, analyzed, and packaged well. We bring it to you on Real Talk on Kings 88.5. So let me say thank you so very kindly that you join us for the show Real Talk. We talk it without compromise. We impute no partiality into it, favors nobody, but rather the reality. And it's all from patriotic and nationalistic perspective, because this country is ours. Just like the president of Ghana said, wherever you are Ghana, whether in South Africa, Tanzania, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, following from wherever listening, you are Ghana. We are Ghana. So I can say the same. We are Liberians in Liberia. This is not Unity Party state, not Joseph Yamambuaga state, but the Republic of Liberia, in which everybody's rights are respected. So it's another day we've got to talk the issues. This afternoon, the plate is loaded. My name is Sam Andrews. Thank you so very kindly that you join us, man. We can't help but appreciate your efforts, the time, energy, resources you put into it to come on the show. That means not only do you value us, but you trust the information we served you. Thank you so very much. We appreciate all of those. Those of you who have come on, I am saying all of you one by one. Thank you so much. The cash giveaway, we're giving 3,000 Liberian dollars out today. 3,000. Start playing now. Just play with $100 or 50 cents US, and you will receive your money on the spot. No wasting time. We're not going to delay again. Sorry if we delay over the days, but it was beyond our control. Technology didn't serve us well. So please understand. Today, we will try the best we can to give you your 3,000 without delay. Just 3,000 or 3,000. Play just $100 or 50 cents US, and then you get your 3,000. That's star 799 star 24 hash. That's all you need to do. And then you have your 3,000 Liberian dollars to get the week going with you. We are in January. We've got the issues to talk about. Time is of the essence. We will not waste it. So let's start from here, and then we're in Ghana and back. Well, all of us know now that the president, Joseph Yamambuaga, went primarily to Ghana to impose on the people why they must recognize Richard Kuhn as the speaker and not Fonati Kofa. It is a known reality now that he too has been or is caught in the middle and he can withdraw. There's no retreat, no surrender. So he's going head on to do any and everything he can. His trip to Ghana was not necessarily to attend a friend daughter's wedding. I told you yesterday the president lied, and we will continue to use that expression. I know some of you don't like to hear that, but you will be, if it will be foolhardy on your part to have problem with that. lie is the same as nonsense. Nonsense is the same as not telling the truth. Not telling the truth is the same as being cunning. Cunning is the same as lie. And on we can go. Whichever way I can choose, since you don't like the expression or the word lie, I can choose to play on you, to use you, to bully you and exploit you and say, oh yeah, the president wasn't that honest. And you were thinking that, oh yeah, it's a good expression. But I'm saying the same thing, that the president lied. So he lied. Why today? We don't know from our president, neither his office, the friend and the daughter who got wedded, nor the place in Ghana. You speak to anybody from Ghana, you ask the repository of knowledge called the internet, they can't tell you anything like that. If you ever ask, they're bringing you weddings that took place way back. They're giving you different traditional stuff, and you're looking all around. You can't see anybody from Liberia. You can't see our president. You can see nothing, no semblance of Liberia. Least to say, a semblance of our president's presence. So the president did lie. If the president didn't lie, he would have disclosed the friend name. His office would have done it, and we would have known. But since we don't know, the president lied. It is my understanding that he went there to influence the Ghanaian Speaker of Parliament using the former Speaker, Nana Akufo, the former President, Nana Akufo-Addo, as the surrogate to accomplish that mission. He is doing any and everything he can to legitimize Richard Kun regionally. And may I say to you that the president is treading a path that he will not be successful. I say it with every certainty because something happened today, which I'm about to share with you. His trip was not necessarily to attend a wedding, but rather he went there to influence the speaker using Nana Akufo-Addo, the former president, who could prevail on the Ghanaian speaker, and that mission was successful. It worked. The president didn't have to go to inauguration 2 times because there wasn't 2 inaugurations. He is the first president in Liberia. I hope that you are getting the logic. No president with just a week to his colleague who was elected inauguration would go to discuss bilateral issues when the induction or the inauguration just few days in between had not taken place. We were told here that he was going to discuss bilateral issues. What's so much of a bilateral issue or issues that you can wait until the inauguration is over? Then you can make a request to speak to or with the current president. Mr. President went ahead. He comes back in no time, goes back to Ghana. Please underline this. If this was in Weah's time, Mo Ali, Bwaka Jaliba, and all of the people, all of these Unity Party people, they will have torn him apart. You like it or not, we are in a society that once it is not mean I should develop hate and say all kinds of malice, say all kinds of evil about the next person. But we will not do that. We will only remind you people of the past. That's all. I'm not offended by anybody, neither will I be going forward. My responsibility as a media person is to figure out, is to bring out the errors, the mistakes, the failures, the excesses, and throw it to the people. Then the people will make a decision. That's how it works. I'm not going to use any awful expression, but I use the appropriate descriptions. That's why you hear me most of the time. I refer to Bwaka as Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was a leader who anything and everything he said and did, people should bow to him. If you didn't, you were penalized, like he did with the 3 Hebrew brothers. You see all of those characteristics in our president, Joseph Imambaka. And that is not insult, that is a description that is unto everybody. Mr. President made those 2 trips. Why? He wasted our money. He can give account. He should be giving account of those trips that he made. Accountability, and I'm going to work on a Bwaka government. The leader leads by example and difference. He talked about accountability, the rule of law, all of those things. But do you see anything? The first person to break everything and stay breaking is the president himself. The first person not to show any ounce of giving accountability, showing accountability, Mr. President himself. So he goes to Ghana 2 times in a space of a week, using taxpayers' money. But these Unity Party people, nothing wrong with it. But if it was in the past, everything that George Weah did, it was wrong in these people's eyes. Everything that Weah did was wrong. Today, you should not say anything that they are doing. Does that not lead God to bring curse on the country? Over the week, next week, I will start with that. I will go a bit biblical so that you will see. The reason I thought to do that, so you will see God, how he punished nations along the way. That's why he inserted that line in the Bible. He said, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. He who hasn't sinned, he who is the cleanest of persons, let him be the first to throw the stone if he doesn't have a deathly heart, if he didn't criticize, if he did not condemn his predecessors. And nobody. Watch it. So he goes to Ghana, fighting hard to legitimize Richard Coon regionally. And here what took place in Ghana. I've told you there's something called special features. Political talk show hosts, they are not carried away by the hypes of the atmosphere, the niceties. They look at specific issues. They get something called situational features. They pick up. And that makes the news. Richard Coon goes ahead with Bwaka and Ghana. He goes to Ghana before leaving for Ghana. Coon gave an interview, to say it that way. He gave an interview and he was formally in the interview. They didn't know what to say. He could not even position himself. The people who interview him, they try to qualify him as speaker. But you can tell from his countenance, consciously, he knows that he does not embody that kind of accolade. So he tried fixing himself. In the interview, he said he was invited by the Ghanaian parliament, the Ghanaian speaker, 1. 2, they going to Ghana, the guy asked him, I'm saying it because after that, I'm not going to say anything about it. We'll move to the Ghanaian speaker. Then when he answered that question, the guy said, you going to Ghana. It is our understanding, I'm paraphrasing, that you will meet the Ghanaian speaker and what will be your position? He said, most of the guys most of their colleagues lost the elections. So in the House of Representatives, 85% of the guys and women are new people. They are green. They are turning. They are inexperienced. They are immature. They're not exposed parliamentarily. So he will prevail on the Ghanaian speaker for parliamentary exchange of knowledge. And then the third thing he said in the interview, that there is a need to forge or to bring about reconciliation amongst themselves. Have a listen to the representative calling himself speaker.
I was contacted 2 days ago to accompany the president to Ghana to witness the inauguration of the new president of Ghana. Being a new speaker, it's a pleasure for me to take advantage of these international trips to be able to connect my colleagues for our own better leadership. One of the major things that bring joy to us in this endeavor is the fact that I'm going to meet my colleagues. The invitation was sent by the Speaker of Ghana as well. So I'm going to meet him to be able to foster a relationship so that we can see how best we can work together to make our legislature a better place.
Sure. And you made mention of wanting to have a meeting with a Ghanaian speaker. I mean, what specific areas you want to tap into as well once you have a meeting with him, sir?
During the turnover election of 2023, we lost most of our colleagues. So we got dominantly new faces around who need some level of rehearsal. It is in this vineyard that I think I'll take advantage of, where some could be allowed to go to Ghana and watch the sitting, how they organize the session as well, to gain some level of experience. Because they did it in the 50th or the 52nd, a similar thing, where most of the colleagues left from here went Ghana and participated in the section in the legislature there, and they got some level of experience and better back home. So I think it is some of the things I'm going to put forward to my colleagues to let us have some exchange so we better foster a relationship, get more knowledge in covering our colleagues at the legislature.
Listen to the man who is saying that his colleagues need refresher. A man who, in the words of Dillon, or to use Dillon's description, he's grossly inept, who himself needs training, needs to be taught, needs to be schooled parliamentarily. More so that, yeah, is a man who, they went to Farmington Hotel. What happened with the Farmington Hotel retreat? The essence of retreat is to build one another, is to orientate. You bring in specialized people or people with the specialty. That's the essence. So what happened with all those retreats they had? They wasted the country money. They used the country money out well. Now he's saying that they're going to establish, he's going to have discussion with the Speaker of Ghana so that there will be exchange programs. Lawmakers from here will go to Ghana to learn how. That's denigrating. If you don't know, if you are a lawmaker listening to me, if ever that came to you, I wouldn't advise you to take advantage of it. It's denigrating. The speaker, the so-called speaker, has just said that the House of Representatives is a mess. Knowledgeably, nothing. Parliamentarily, down. So we'll go to other parliament to learn from them how they go about with parliamentary proceedings. What have you not done here? What have you not been doing that you will need? We agree that, yes, you can sharpen another person countenance, like God said, iron sharpen iron, so shall a man sharpen the countenance of another man. But before that happens, you must have done yours. So what will be coming from external partners or people from outside will be little. You know, one of the places that we spoil too much money, we waste money too much in this country, people coming from outside, bringing in little or no expertise. We gave them 5,000, 15,000, 20,000 just for 10 minutes, 15 minutes workshop. When we have those expertise here, it's one of the areas that we waste so much money. Yes, the so-called speaker, instead of saying that the House of Representatives has a problem now, the first and foremost thing, even if the journalist asked that question, if I were in my capacity, in that capacity, I would say no. We're focusing on domestic affairs. I can't disclose anything now until the meeting with the Speaker of Ghana is over. But because he doesn't know anything diplomatic, he's so raw, so tanning, rushing to speak because microphone before him, a disaster in waiting. Said those. Now, here is it. The occasion got underway today. Congratulations told the president Vice President, and the people of Ghana, you had a successful inauguration. The election was successful, peaceful, transparent, credible. That was culminated into the inauguration. We learned again. We saw a unique, successful, well-organized inauguration. The president of Ghana did not fall. Guests weren't blowing themselves. Guests weren't exhaustive of heat. Guests did not start leaving too early because the place wasn't conducive. Everybody sat down comfortably. Nobody blew themselves. They were into the ceremony. Organization was the order of the day. Our delegation here, they saw it. Our former president was there. Former President Salif was there. Thank God Almighty for her. Our former president was in Ghana. She attended the inauguration ceremony, just so you know. She was invited, but she did not go to spread it all over the place like Weah and Richard Kuhn would do. When you lack the ability, when you lack the popularity, when you lack the essence, you go spreading to get attention and recognition. Not people in this country, they don't know that Ellen was going to Ghana for the inauguration. She did not put anything on her Facebook page. She did not put anything on her WhatsApp page. Nothing. Ellen was in Ghana. I think she stayed there. So then came the parliamentary side of it. The speaker presiding, which they don't want Fonati Kofa to do here. The speaker is presiding. I hope you guys are playing the King's Cash giveaway. Just play $100 and 50 cents US, dial *799 *24 hatch. Just play with that amount and you'll win for yourself 3,000. The speaker, as per the protocol, is recognizing dignitaries. He recognized the first batch, then the second. Guess what happened? Don't force recognition. Don't fight. When you're unknown, you're unknown. With time, you will get to be known. Just be yourself. Don't try to be the person that you aren't. Even if somebody wants to make you that person, but the person is trying to do it in a wrong way, don't give in. Try the best you can to develop your own capacity along the way in the right path, then it will make sense. The man recognized the dignitaries. When he came to Richard Kuhn, everybody he recognized. They will call you. Sam Andrews, here, clack, 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 clack. John Josiah, clack, 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 clack. Cynthia Moses, clack, clack. I'm about to play it. Just as it came out, how I took it. I never edited it, never add anything, never subtract, because I want you to see it. If you went on the internet, you will see it just like that. I recommend that you go there and see it for yourself. The guy recognized in the second batch, the first, the second, I think it was the third. Then he came to Richard Kuhn. When he recognized Richard Kuhn as the Speaker of Liberian Parliament, the poll remained silent. Nobody clapped. We're watching the thing. We're watching the event. Nobody clapped. When he went to the next person, there was the applause. Have a listen. Go on the internet. I'm saying again, it's there. The internet is repository of knowledge. So you can say, oh, that same Andrew own thing. When he edited it, he brought it because you always blasting Richard Kuhn. I beg you. I'm not hiding it. I'm saying it. Thousands of people are listening to me. And everybody has smartphone. Almost everybody. We're in the world of technology. If it is not true, send me your version that they clap for Richard Kuhn when the Speaker of Ghana Parliament called his name. Yes, it.
It's proper, I draw your attention to the presence of some important dignitaries in the House. We have the spouse of the Chief Justice of West, Mr. Francis Tokonu, apart from my spouse, Madam Alice Adjoa Yunus. We also have His Excellency Adama Bitogo, President Assemblée Nationale de Côte d'Ivoire. As you know, he's a very dear friend and brother of mine. You are most welcome. We also have the Right Honorable Nagbekun, Speaker of the Liberian House of Representatives. We have His Excellency Fortune Zifamia Cherubira, Speaker of the Pan-African Parliament. We have Honorable Ajaratu Traore Coulibaly, Second Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. We have the Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Honorable Johnson Asiedu Nketia. He is ably supported by the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress in the person of Honorable Fifi Fiavi Kweti. We have the Chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, Information, Broadcasting, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism Committee, and also the Vice Chairman of the Maritime Committee in the person of Senate Abraham Dillon.
All right. Did you get that? Please, I hold your phone. I beg you. You challenge me. You dispute me. You tell me that I lie. I beg you. I hold your phone. I am 100% convinced. Look at me. I am not a child. I'm not a Peking. My whole life, there are only two things. The first one, the religion. The second, information. My whole life, those are the two. Everything that happens or is about to happen, I'm curious. That session was about to start, or that inauguration, I was seated. Anybody speaking, even you can be a janitor in this country, and you're speaking and giving the nature of what you are about to speak on. I listen. At least to talk about our leaders in this country and out of this country. Everything I follow it along the way. That entire address, if I play the next one, you will feel too shame of Liberia. You will put Rachel Kuhn aside, you'll be too shame of the country itself. I just knew in my mind that something, as a media person, you have to be curious that something awful will happen. You know why the people refuse to clap, to give the applause? Because what is happening at the legislature is not in secret. It's not in utopia. The people know that there is contention in Liberia. One man claiming speakership, the other man is the speaker. They are aware that the Supreme Court left it hanging. They are aware of the accusations in Liberia that the president is the mastermind. They discuss these things in almost all of the countries of the world that know Liberia. They know exactly that it is not the normal that you will leave the sitting speaker and go and recognize another person who was just put there in a hasted way, breaching all of the laws that give the person the legitimacy. The people are all literate people, highly educated people. They are aware of what is happening in Liberia. So when they recognize, you could tell that the Ghanaian speaker, it just that, sorry, but we'll get it on the screen so you will see it. You could tell from the man's countenance when he came to that part, he was not too comfortable. You look at it when people speaking, you watch the pitch. That means the voice, how it goes, the sound. That's what they call the pitch. You watch it. Then the next thing you look at is the person countenance, the body language or the gesture. He calling the other people. He's motivated. He's excited. And then he will talk about the little relationship. He comes to Rachel Kun. He didn't even know Rachel Kun. He said Nangbe Kun. He did not say Rachel Kun. He did not say Rachel Nangbe Kun. He said Nangbe Kun. Nangbe Kun is different from Rachel Kun or Rachel Nangbe Kun. If you went on to any place and you say Nangbe Kun, there will be one way. Who's that? But if you say Rachel Kun, that is why in broadcast, let me show you a simple thing. In broadcast, we use the name that is more popular. So yeah, Israel Bosse, we are A.B. Godson Weah. If you just say A.B. Weah, it's different from A.B. Godson Weah. If you say A.B., then the people will be thinking, I wonder who it is. But you thinking about, you know the person thinking about. If you say Sam O.B. Andrews, it's different from Sam Andrews. So we go with the most popular name. The name Rachel is a popular name. It's a not hard name. But you know why? The way they went about doing it. So it was not properly written. So he did not know he needed to have said Rachel Kun or Rachel Nangbe Kun, the Speaker of Liberia Parliament, Rachel Nangbe Kun. So he said Nangbe Kun. It's just like they're forcing something on you. Say it. So the word that your eyes get on, that's the word you pronounce. He said, Nangbe Kun. Listen. Oh man, Waka messed things up.
As you know, he's a very dear friend and brother of mine. We have His Excellency Fortune, have Honorable Ajaratu Traore, the chairman of the National Democratic Congress, very dear friend and brother of mine. You are most welcome. We also have the Right Honorable Nangbe Kun, Speaker of the Liberian House. We also have the Right Honorable Nangbe Kun. We also have the Right Honorable Nangbe Kun. We also have the Right Honorable Nangbe Kun, Speaker of the Liberian House of Representatives.
You see, what's the man? Y'all go back. I beg you, y'all please go back. The reason the people did not clap, they did not give the applause, because they know that there is confusion in Liberia. They know that in the House of Representatives, portion of it caught fire. And what news the people have out of Liberia? Because there is a fight over the speakership, the president is trying to move the speaker to bring in his own man. You think this thing here only in Liberia? It's highly debated out of Liberia, more heated than you think here. So when they got called Nangbe Kun, the place was quiet. Y'all go back to it. Y'all say, oh, that audio. So I agree with y'all. Y'all look up it on the internet, the video there. The place was quiet. The people refused to applaud him. Why they refused? As far as they're concerned, he's not the speaker. There is confusion. They know the speaker to be Fonati Kofa. Yaka. The mayor had to go to Ghana for this thing. Now he goes there now, nothing. All right. So that will be doing it for that. Stay within there. Musability gave a news conference today that the 28 lawmakers, they are rejoining. But let's focus on the man who calls himself speaker. In that interview he had prior to leaving, he said that reconciliation was key. They needed to come together to trash out their differences, make amends, and move forward. And he welcomed the 4 persons that defected from the speaker's camp and went to their camp, though one of them, Representative Ellen Arthur, said that she didn't defect from the speaker. She stayed with the speaker. The news was not true. The Richard Kume, in the interview, said that he was excited that 28 of the lawmakers have now agreed to go. I see that, but let me just leave you. Listen to him. Listen what he said.
So we'll do all we can to make sure that the other 28 guys on the other side join us before this tune. So
he said we're doing all we can to make sure that the other 28 guys join us. Something is happening somewhere. I hope that the speaker is thinking and thinking well. Something is happening. There are too many factors you can read into this, but I think the executive has reached the point that if nothing is done in terms of forging or bringing out amicable resolution, the State of the Nation address will be a disaster. Already they are looking for place. You see what Bouaka did to himself? They're looking for place. They will end up using one of the pavilions. Too shameful. You see what Bouaka has done to himself? He thought that he was doing it to the country. So he said they are doing everything they can for the 28 lawmakers to join them. The goal is to give Bouaka a unique atmosphere for the SONA. You will argue that 28, they are 43, so no problem, they reach quorum. Listen, no president will feel comfortable addressing a divided legislature. The law did not say divided legislature. The law say a full house. The law say the joint session. It is never a joint session when one house is divided into 2. It is never ever a legislature again. It is not a whole. It is a segment or pieces. Don't argue further, or don't think because nothing is happening at the Senate. The law say, the Constitution say, the president will have or should deliver his State of the Nation. That means presenting everything in terms of achievements, setbacks, revenue collection, expenditure, all of those things in what? He submits it to the people, representatives called the lawmakers. The law said, the Constitution said joint session. That means the 2 branches come together. And then what happens? One person in the speaker presides over that. So if one branch or a segment of the legislature called the House of Representatives is in tatters, and you have quote unquote 43 or 42 on the other side, that is not a legislature. It is not a full legislature. The logic will be, look, let's persuade our colleagues. Let's get them back. Let's do everything we can to get them back so that we have a full house that will be representative of a legislature that the president can address. Simple. Nothing else they are doing. Now, one of the ways you can understand it is the timing. The timing. Today is the 7th. By the time we get into Monday, we are talking about we'll be pushing to the 15th. That will be 2 weeks. And then the next week is what? It's ready for the sonar. Moreover, there are voices, there are wisdom going into Mr. President's ear from the diplomatic cycle. You will hear some of these things over the days. When we sit down here, we're telling you, we're not joking, we're not against Mr. President and his people. We want everything to be done right. If Mr. President is doing it right, we would say because he's our president. He was elected democratically and sworn in constitutionally. But it doesn't say that he is God and the rest of the people are his slaves. He knows very well that it would not represent him as president of the country. He will not even get the support in terms of attendance from some diplomatic missions around here. Already, the American government have cataloged, they have put together a number of things against the government. They've spoken to Mr. President. Mr. President went to the U.S. embassy before leaving for America on yesterday to sign the book of condolence for the former American president, Jimmy Carter. You think he was just signing the book of condolence and leaving? No, the U.S. ambassador spoke to him. But that will be for another day. So he said they are doing everything they can to get the 28 together.
What we can to make sure that other 28 guys on the other side join us before this tournament. So there's a way of progress for us. We consider the level of progress for us. We've achieved a great extending olive branch to them, and most of them have agreed to come to join us. It's just today, most of them weren't aware that we're meeting today because today is a non-section day, but the extension that we put forth ends today the 6th, so we have to close today officially. So I must thank my colleagues at least for taking a bold step to come to session do library people work. And I still want to appeal to others out there to join us so we can do library people work. The war is over. I can call the war, the battle is over. It's time for reconciliation to move the library people job forward.
So that's it. And that's it for Mr. So-called speaker. So you want to ask yourself, when these people regroup, when they regroup, and you're giving us words, you're giving us jargons, and yourself in De La Patrie, he ran away, so he want to regroup. So let's use that. So when these guys regroup, who is going to preside? Who is going to preside as speaker? The 28, inclusive of that 28, is the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Councillor J. Fonati Kofa. Will Richard Kuhn step aside and turn the chair over to Speaker Kofa to preside? If he does that, has he not relinquished all of the so-called authority that was enshrined onto him from that induction ceremony and putting himself back to square zero as mere representatives? Will he do that? On the other side of it, will the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Infonati Kofa, agreed to go with his colleagues in that John Chambers and sit, honor Richard Kuhn as the presiding officer? If he did that, will he not be conceding defeat and reducing himself to mere representative? Those are some of the contentious issues in there. But something is happening here. The guys are playing a game. Today, the man designated to give the news conference on their behalf, Representative Musa Bility, outlined the conditions for which they have resolved to go back into the John Chambers with their colleagues or under the majority bloc. Have a listen to him and his conditions.
One, we have waited for the Supreme Court to clarify its ruling, but to no avail. Thus, we must take a different approach to resolve our differences through legislative interaction. Two, we intend to use this legislative engagement to express our objections to the following. A, the election of a speaker when there is a speaker who was legitimately elected in accordance with the Constitution and our rules. B, the suspension and withholding of salaries of our colleagues in total contravention of our rules. C, the dissolution and reconstitution of all committees in violation of our rules. D, the refusal to release the benefit due to members of the Rule of Law Caucus, which the Ministry of Finance has fully remitted into the account of the House of Representatives. We want to emphasize that we remain committed to the rule of law, which include taking further appropriate legal actions while pursuing legislative resolution on the floor of the House of Representatives. We want to thank the people of Liberia for standing by us and assure you of our commitment to the rule of law.
Musa Bility, Representative Musa Bility, the man designated by his colleagues to give the news conference on their behalf with those conditions. You want to ask yourself again. They are genuine. They are witty. They are strong enough. But would their colleagues give in to their demands? They have already the reconstitution. You think the guys would sit there after they have distributed their positions? One of the things about their breakaway was obsession for power, money, and position. Now, in no time, they divided positions all over, and they are operating in those positions. They are functioning. Now, the 28 lawmakers are saying one of the conditions is the reconstitution. That means all of those who the majority bloc appointed to those committees, they should be removed. They should go back. If they were not on any committee, they should go back to be mere representative. Those who were in those positions, they go back to their respective positions. You think the guy's willing to do that? Certainly not. What I see is this thing is a smart game. Those guys, the 28 lawmakers, seem to be clever. I think they know what they are doing. I don't think this is going to favor Bouaka going into the SONA. Also, I am not 100% convinced that money did not go along to change the atmosphere about the minority bloc. I am not too convinced of that press conference by Musa Bility. You listen to the ending. Listen to the ending of the press conference. It gives you the impression that something is happening somewhere. And only these guys know. Probably when we are sleeping, they are working.
Which include taking further appropriate legal actions while pursuing.
What legal action are you going to take again? Where would they go? The Supreme Court is warring against them. The executive is warring against them. The Supreme Court is a party to the fight against COFA. The executive is a fight and the mastermind. His colleagues, the majority bloc, are party to it. So where he's going, where would they go? Let's assume they have too many legal issues, but who's going to listen to them? The Bill of Information, the Supreme Court just put it on the shelf for dust to overfill it. What kind? Something is happening somewhere, my people. These guys know. Apparently, they have just conceded that, look, you're honest in this period. They said, let you go by, let everything be finished. If that is the case, then we can safely say that the guys wasted our time. They made fun of themselves, but not us. That Liberia does not have politicians, but gullibles, subservient, morning goblets. Because that's why I pointed to the ending of Musa Bility address.
Legislative
Thanking the people for what?
On the floor of the House of Representatives. We want to thank the people of Liberia for standing by us. We want to thank the people of Liberia for standing by us and assure you of our commitment to the rule of law.
That's it. That's the end of the game, people. Over the days, we're not going to see anything extra. Nowhere, the Supreme Court is a party to this whole thing. The Supreme Court is a warring faction to this thing against the Speaker. All of us know, even the unborn child knows. The Supreme Court has us in this situation today. The Supreme Court indirectly legitimized Richard Kuhn as Speaker because the president wants Richard Kuhn as the Speaker and the Chief Justice dare go against the president's interest. The Speaker goes back with a bill of information to get clarity on the ruling. The Chief Justice say that in utopia you hear that clarity. The Musa Bility telling the nation that they will go to the law, they will go to the court. What court? Well, y'all leave that thing, yeah. Lord, let me tell all of y'all leave that whole thing concerning the Speaker, this and that. If Finning, Fonati Kofa is out of that place. It's just a matter of time. His colleagues have conceded. They're just coming up with these shenanigans now so that they will find a way to leave everything, move on with their lives, their late morning that they have given them over the night. They'll enjoy it. But it's finished. And 4 persons left the Speaker. And they're going, you're going to see over the days. It's not, they ain't going back to no law. They ain't going to do nothing. They'll be in a house, they just be making noise. They just put something about maybe huge amount of money. And everything is over. I want to hear from Yeke Koluba because he's the man that we respect in this whole thing. Not Musa Bility. Then Musa Bility has vested interest. He wants to be Speaker. Too many things in this thing that you can read into it. Let's turn to you. Time is of the essence. I can't eat all of your time. You have to have your say. But first, let's turn to the cash money giveaway. Hope that you are playing. We're giving you money. We're not delaying today. Just play with $100 or 50 cents US. dial star 799 star 24 hash. That's all you need to do, and you have your money. Gabriel West said, definitely money is being utilized. And who else? Clady Allison said, you asked a good question. Alhaji Fofana. Sorry, I'm only taking questions, comments. And Kelvin Soko said, what's going to happen to the Musability Group come the SONA? Good question, my dear. You can direct it to him. Luis Dacoma Luis Dacoma referring to me. That what intellectualism is. Your point may not suit everybody. Giving the person understanding, you get so emotional. But let me read your comment to everybody. Luis Dacoma say, you are suffering from serious malaria, but I will help you with medicine. If Rachel Kuhn, your man, then that area, sorry. the Ghanaian, they reduce the man again. Yeah. I'm doing good, Gladys. Never perfect. Thank you for coming on, my dear brother. Peter Sonnefu say, if you are so funny, actually, you are not serious, Sam. That's serious they are talking. Yeah, I'm not serious, probably in the true sense of your description of serious. But as serious they are talking, yeah. Hey, that the thing that people gave us. Emmanuel A. Pine said, where does he have to, what does he have to clarify by saying the right honorable? What does he mean? Oh, you mean that you referencing the Ghanaian speaker? Yeah, that's how they call it. You know that British people now, yeah, Emmanuel, that British people, so don't have problem with that when you say right honorable. Yeah, that British people, they have other, some people, those in the religious people, you can call them right reverend. Yeah. Nancy Jordan said he was very uneasy. Yes. Watch his countenance. Masaron Toure said, shame on JNB and Mr. Kuhn. Matilda Stevens, she said, very disgraceful to the so-called speaker. Josephus Manning said, this is a shame on us. I don't know how Spoon will talk it on their show this evening. They will qualify the people calling him a speaker. Then Fatu Konen said the man is really physio and very green to politics and also greedy for power. For Speaker Kun. Fatu Valia member that the people majority blood speaker Speaker Boaka speaker. Let's turn to you, man. Have your say 0772 2399 33 0886 30 4497. The women's line 0777980375. You can also, those of you out of the country, is +231 886 30 44 97. The numbers to have your say on the show. Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on the 7th day, Inauguration Day in Ghana of the Ghanaian President John Dramani Mahama. As you play the King's Cash giveaway, dial star 799 star 24 hash. Just play with $100 or 50 cents US. That's all, and you can win for yourself 3,000 Liberian dollars. Hello. Yes.
Hello.
You are on the air, my dear. You are on the air.
Yeah. My name is JP Vonyaji, calling for Budget Factory, Result Aguda Community. Thank you very much, and thank you for talking about this afternoon. You know, we told the people that sit out for you, don't force it. But JRB, can't listen to the library. So anyone you always follow that history. You know that Kun had a raffle speaker in Kun, you put Kun in your pocket. Every district that you receive. If for the 4 year experience in power, so that experience you're working with now, and you're putting in your pocket now, I speak up.
How did Megan poke on your pocket? Going that be man, Megan fee.
But say you in it, you say that I speak up for whole nation, you go to the parliament and nobody recognizes you as speaker. He creates to the program.
No, they recognize him, man. The Ghanaian speaker recognize him.
Pastor said, "I'm not recognize could they go first on the Israeli."
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Have a nice Tuesday. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Say, my name is Jacques. We are the former president. I'm calling from West West of the I will say thank you for the topic this afternoon. You know, when Prophet King said useful idiom, Vecheku is one of the useful idioms. He said, Baka will use Vecheku when you're packing the carrying. They are one of the useful idiots. They were carrying around disgracing food, and they petty one he put away so. But the disgrace are coming for him, and the big one are coming for him. So if I was in the day I went to that, if I say put in me, I can't put my hand or say, I want people to say he created for power, so he will put away the disgrace. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from?
This is Secretary G. I call from the cinema 4. Vecheku, even if Vecheku because speak up to the fanatic over the Vecheku will never have respect in this country. People will not respect Vecheku. There are some positions you can get or you can hold, people don't respect you. Vecheku came on the back door or to the window. Just a young guy from high school, they go get high school document. You think your friend who you are in a secret will respect you? They will not respect that document. So Vecheku, the Latvian will not respect Vecheku. Even if fanatic over decides to say I resign, Vecheku will not be respected in this country. He knows
all
that.
Right, Chief.
My last guy knows that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sam Andrews.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is Hussein. My name is Hussein Keu. I call from Jacobstown District 2. Let me appreciate you for the opportunity always. So I listen to the different analysis and I listen to one of our brothers. If you would not recognize Speaker, I call Speaker Richard Nangwekun, the Ghanaian Parliament have recognized him as the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature. So that's up to you. Now, one of the things that brought about Speaker Kofa defeat, he didn't look for people who have integrity. You cannot look at a FIFA convicted criminal in Musa Bedete who have been bound to even watch football game in Liberia. You make him one of your confidants. Corrupt as Musa Bedete is, and you take him, you bring him close to you, you think he will have one injury with you. So, like I said, one on your show, I know you can recall. I said, you want to trust Liberian politicians? I condemn. I told you I never supported Richard Kuhn's speakership even when our party brought him on board. I said I'm on record of saying it. But now he has been elected by majority member of the House of Representatives. We have to recognize him. Why it is true there are differences with them and they're trying to work it out. But we have to respect him. If the Ghanaian Parliament can recognize him as a speaker of the 55th National Legislature of Liberia, you have to respect him, and I will accord everybody to give him that due respect as the speaker of the 55th. So that is Liberia for you. We were saying it the other time, you guys said, oh, because we from the other side, so we're supporting things. No. We've been around. We understand politicians that working their operations the way they do things. So if you think you were shouting for the other guys, and yesterday 4 person left, you see more will come. And I listened to one of them who said,
hold on now. Hold on. I show you listen to yourself. Do you also know that the man you call speaker has a criminal record, has a sexual affair damning record at that university and other institutions that we know about we have? Do you know he's as dirty as you claim that the speaker is? Who is clean amongst the two of them? We have Richard Kuhn record. Richard Kuhn, that university, go there. Richard Kuhn served as consultant and in several areas. His corruption record is there. You think that now there's people talking about Richard Kuhn, or you talking? You know how many times people talk about Richard Kuhn? When he started this whole thing, the people brought his file up. Oh, come on, man, Hussein. Richard Kuhn is as dirty as you think the speaker is. You think Richard Kuhn clean? So conclude now. Okay, you're going off. That's the problem you have in this country. It can affect you. You know, that's why Jesus said, if you think speck in your brother's eye, you must firstly take it off. The man you telling you saying those awful things about the speaker. The speaker, the poor brother's issue about his situation in America. I think he did some things. We talked about that thing in the past when he was coming to be speaker. We had a serious debate on that. The man who you call speaker, his file also was open. The two people, they have problems. Then you're saying the speaker there present Richard Kuhn is not the speaker. Majority electing a person doesn't constitute a speaker. Look how he was elected. I mean, he wasn't elected, rather. Look what they did to him. They made the fool of him. They brought the stupidity out of him. Today, consciously, he knows that he's not the speaker. They have to redo. And that is one of the reasons who seen those guys are going back. Did you not listen to Richard? Did you not listen to Musability? You can understand English, or you can understand English, but you can comprehend. It is one of the things that those guys going back for. And that is why you heard me ask the question, who will preside? Then you come here and say the man was elected. Richard Kuhn is not the speaker. That's why he went to Ghana. If he's honest enough, when he comes back, he will tell you the people never applauded me when I was called by the protocol. You think the people didn't know what happened in Liberia? Braga was embarrassed in Ghana again. They're calling all those people, the people applauding them. They call Richard Kuhn. Nobody clap. Everybody remain silent. What are they telling you? There's confusion in Liberia. This man is not the speaker. Chief, you take time in this country, man. You take time. That's not one party state here. The whole country we're talking here. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, I will see, can we plan that option? Would you be looking at a criminal, a convicted criminal like Richard Kuhn, then compare the
Why the man knows Richard Kuhn record than us?
Who is Richard Kuhn who harassed a female student at the university? You don't know those things? Then he said that open here mob, telling somebody say he built a black Arab criminal. They never harassed sexually. Richard Kuhn is a corrupt individual. He knows that when you're district, where is the district development fund that was sent to Richard Kuhn to build a town? Where is the money? Then he said that opening his mouth. And don't be keeping that man too much on the land.
No, I mean, no. The man has the right just as you have. That state radio, the radio station is for everybody. That the country radio. That was certain people.
The next thing you must respect criminal Richard Kuhn. For what reason?
Okay, thank you. Hello. My man, respect my opinion. Can do that. That state radio is for everybody. Kings is for everybody. We're broadcasting to everybody. Sedition or UPS or MPC or everybody, even the janitor. If the janitor say, or the man on the door say, I get SYZ. I want to talk here. I want to share with the Liberian people. The man will come and sit down and talk. If you go by the door, the radio for everybody. Hello?
Hello, Sir Andrew.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for your talking point this afternoon. But no matter what Nebuchadnezzar does in Joseph Boakai, we will never photo it Hello?
You are not Koto in his powo, eh?
In his powo. No matter how you go to bribe the Ghanaian authority to accept a man who in fact got a field allegation that he alleging that you go cover there for which they want to remove it.
Okay,
because
Chief.
We got a record of this or illegal quote unquote trigger.
Thank you.
If it's a man who was teaching at the University of Liberia, he took a lot of jobs. The man used to carry student in the office and do all kind of things. We got a record.
Okay.
And
Thank you. Hold on. Let's go to the stage and pick up Coleman. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Coleman Dixon calling from New York.
Let's hear you.
Okay. I listened to Kewu and what he said don't make sense because I know America. If you commit a crime and you are guilty, America will hold you responsible for your crime. So, is an allegation. He's just talking, and I don't know what he's getting, but it's gonna affect the future. He's young to be messing up the future. I hope he's still listening. He's messing up the future because everything you do, there's an end time. You should think about what your family will go through. It's not what you get into put in your pocket or what you get into eat for the day. It's your life. You got to be careful what you do and what you say. What he defending today, yesterday he was saying other thing. Today he's saying another thing. Tomorrow nobody gonna listen to him.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks for the input.
So I just
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Let's do a quick few calls and then we'll move to something
this
else.
is Edmond Carr. You know, when you are legitimate, you are. There is nothing that you can force. Anything Bwaka put your hand in, that is how it can end. I follow that thing. Okay? So you're appealing to them when you can produce another video or something to disprove what you are saying. They're not bringing it, but rather insulting and accusing and saying other things. Then I bring the other video that they clap for the man. It didn't happen. Sunday before they would leave for Ghana, Waka told him to his church. And when the pastor was recognizing them, he recognized him as representative received full of district in love.
No,
he didn't recognize him as a speaker.
They see that
So
wall.
oh yeah. Sunday, Alpha Baptist Church.
Yeah, it was shameful.
So I don't know why is he forcing.
It was shameful, man.
There is no need that you force anything. When it's yours, it's yours. When we see it, they are defending it. When you talk that the mislead of the government is getting unbearable, they are joking with it. Follow the news. As you see, you know what happened in Lofa? Huh? People found dead police station. They are putting police station.
I heard about that issue. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that.
On rampage.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So let's keep defending. They're coming.
Thank you. I hear about that. The news people are verifying it. Hello?
Sam.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. And you?
Thank God. This is my Beatrice William calling from the PHP community.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, Sam, you know what happened? Joseph Waka trip to Ghana. It's because for you to go to negotiate with the president elect or former president, so they can recognize Richard Kuhn as speaker. That why he left from here, he went Ghana.
Yeah, that's true.
And for Franticofa, let him release. Whether everybody can move from behind him. Let him stay. We Liberians, whether the one parliament can move from behind him, but for we Liberians, we stay and we standing by him. We'll always be there for him. He shouldn't give up.
Okay, Mama.
They like I said, everybody should go away from him. but he must remain mute.
Okay.
He should still stand to go by the law.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so
And
much. Have a nice Tuesday. The man standing, that's the last man standing. Yeah. Let's move to the cash morning giveaway. Hold on. Play just $100 or 50 cents.
The subscriber you are trying to reach is currently busy. Please try again.
Yes, I will try again. The rule says we should call 3 times. If not, no response, then that's it. You hold on to your cards. The people playing to get their money. Hello? You want to cut off your radio? Cut it off. Cut it off so you understand me better. Yeah, I know that you're listening to the show, but just lower it so we can understand each other. So it's okay. All right. What is your name? I'm Sam Andrews calling you from Kings 88.5 FM. What is your name and where you are?
My name is Asado Sanoa from Johnsonville.
Did you play the King's Cash giveaway?
Yes.
When you play and how?
I play 7 Nana start on the 4 hash.
Say that again.
7 Nana start on the 4 hash.
You play 799 star.
Yes, start 7 Nana start on the 4 hash.
Okay. All right. Check your account. Check your account. We give you 3,000. Please check your account. I will call back to confirm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check your account. It's there. And continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Yeah. You see, you have won 3,000. So the next time you might win 10 or 20,000.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So play. Just dial star 799 star 24 hash. That's all you need to do, and play with $100 or 50 cents US. That's all, and you will have your 3,000 on a Tuesday. 3,000. Thank you ever so much for spicing up the first live. Let's move to the second time is of the essence. The former lawmakers. Let's go to the former lawmaker position. Former lawmaker ambassador Anthony at Law Rufus Newville, ahead of President Joseph Yema Boakai Sona. He said the military may take control at President Joseph Yema Boakai's State of the Nation address. This is the position of Ambassador Anthony at Law Rufus D. Newville. He said, Article 58 of the Liberian Constitution instructs the president to present the administration's legislative program for the ensuing session and report on the economic condition of the country. This program, which takes place on the 4th working Monday in January of each year, is usually characterized by celebration in the presence of international partners. The Speaker presides over this event. He calls the special session to order. The Speaker directs the protocol and entertains all motions, including adjournment. This simple procedure will get very complicated if two lawmakers continue to battle for legitimacy. Representative Fonati Kofa may rely on the Supreme Court's opinion to demand the gavel. You're hearing it from Rufus, and that's the same thing I was hinting at. And who presides? Representative Richard Kuhn, on the other hand, may exert his authority on 3 grounds. 1, support from the majority, including the deputy speaker. That means he has the support of his colleagues and the deputy speaker. 2, the concurrence of the Senate. That means concurrence means to agree with. So the Senate will agree with the majority bloc. 3, the unwavering backing of the executive. That means Richard Kun has the backing of the executive. That the Senate can agree with the majority bloc. And the majority bloc got the speaker, the deputy speaker. So according to Rufus Newville, these are the 3 pillars upon which Richard Kun will exercise his authority if the matter is not resolved and it goes on the day of the Sona. He went further to say, if this impasse persists up to the Sona, the military will have no option but to take control and enforce order. The military has the power to remove officials from the hall for disruptive behavior. Have you wondered why the sergeant at arms at the House of Representatives is a brigadier general? Is it not concerning that an ordinary police officer is not playing that role? Why the military? And he asks, a brigadier general is above a colonel and below a major general. When appointed to a field command, a brigadier general is typically in command of a brigade consisting of around 4,000 troops, 2 regiments or 4 battalions. The sergeant at arms can remove a lawmaker from the session for bad behavior. If a cabinet minister is sentenced to prison for contempt of the legislature, he will be escorted by the sergeant at arms. If officials refuse to appear before the body, the sergeant at arms can get him. He's explaining the power the sergeant at arms has. Then he concluded, he said, during normal legislative activities, the speaker or presiding officer may direct the general in keeping with the rules of the House. However, most military analysts believe that in times of crisis, the brigadier general must take orders from the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, which is Article 50. It is therefore safe to say that in case of confusion or tussle over the gavel at the State of the Nation address, the military will take over and enforce good behavior. The officer in charge is the sergeant at arms, Brigadier General Martin Johnson. This is a short perspective that Rufus Newville, Ambassador Rufus Newville, just shared on the unfolding situation. So you see, didn't I tell you the whole thing? That's why it's going to boil down to. So the guys know that conference that Musa Ability gave on behalf of his colleagues is to reach a solution. They know that these are some of the things that might happen. So they want to avert it or avoid it. Going back to those guys will still not help the situation because you need a speaker to preside. You need a speaker. Isn't what I said from the onset, and that's the same thing the ambassador just said. The only thing I did not insert was the military aspect. He is more edgy than me in this whole parliamentary stuff. Now I've come to know the sergeant at arms, the power that he has. So if nothing is done to resolve this, it's going to degenerate into a crisis and it will be embarrassing. And already international partners have started taking decisions. They are watching the situation closely, but some of them have taken decision not to take any risks to go to the Sona. except the Speaker of the House of Representatives say, I don't want trouble. I don't want any instability. You take your speakership, I'm leaving. Then Rachel Kun can take an air of relief, a breather. But if the speaker stands his ground, then what the ambassador just referenced would definitely happen on that day. The military will be forced to come out. Because you know what? There should be law and order. And when you have this kind of situation, it's scary. Guests will not honor invitation from the government. They will not go there because they know that anything could happen. What the president has done is bad. He has plunged this country into a situation that, if we're not careful, it will degenerate into something else. Too pathetic. Too bad. Oh, yes. Too bad, man. Too bad. Too bad. Too bad at all. Too bad. Yeah. What? So that's what's going to happen. Okay. Yes. So where do we go next? So that's it there. Yeah, the ambassador just shared his idea. I think it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. But Waga brought it on himself. Everything onto the speaker now. Yeah. So only the speaker can save the atmosphere right now. Only for that cover right now. Everyone can say he's stoop t-shirts. So you get it, eh? Let me call the hey man. Y'all let it calling you. Y'all let it be talking on the air. Yeah, JMB, our preso. You can't man of Ghana. Well, nobody can clap for you. Low radio. You receive your 3,000.
Yeah, I received it.
That's good. That's good. Okay, continue to play, yeah? All right. Man of Ghana, nobody can clap for you. They're clapping for all the dignitaries, but you can't clap for Richard Kun.
It's proper. I draw your attention to the presence of some important dignitaries in the House. We have the spouse of the Chief Justice of us, Mr. Francis Tokonu, apart from my spouse, Madam Alice Adjoa Yunus. We also have His Excellency Adama Bitogo, President Assemblée Nationale de Côte d'Ivoire. As you know, he's a very dear friend and brother of mine. You are most welcome. We also have the Right Honorable Nagbekun, Speaker of the Liberian House of Representatives. We have His Excellency Fortune Zifamia Charubira, Speaker. As you know, he's a very dear friend and brother of mine. You are most welcome. We also have the Right Honorable Nagbekun, Speaker of the Liberian House of Representatives. As you know, he's a very dear friend and brother of mine. you are most welcome. We also have the Right Honorable Nabekun, Speaker of the Liberian House of Representatives. We have His Excellency Fortune Zifamia Sharubira.
Okay, so let's move to the senator, the late senator. Let's move to the late senator, Prince Yomi Johnson.
There are so many discussion on the social media. On the other hand, there are people who are mourning with us and Nibayan. On the other hand, there are people who are jubilating against us. And what I want to tell people is that death does not belong to an individual or for one person.
He killed my uncle. So the pin that passed through 1992, the same pin the family passed through. So for that reason, I send my condolences to the family. But the pin that passed through 1992, March, the same pin that passed through. So Prince Joseph there ready. It's not like that something that happened to me. I'm happy.
The fact is no longer in the picture does not mean that there should be no war economic plan code. The code can stay, and there are other posts, they are still around. Previously had lieutenants. Previously had people that were taking direct orders from him. Even for me personally, if you ask me, I would say yes. Previously, even if he's not yet now, he's there already. But the court should say, can make sure, even when they find him guilty, they should change his grave. They have ruined star, right? Then his grave be changed. If like 50 years, after 50 years, they should lose the chain from there.
He killed my uncle. So the pin that passed through 1992, the same pin the family passed through. So for that reason, I send my condolences to the family. But the pin that passed through 1992, March, the same pin that passed through. So Prince Joseph there ready. It's not like that something that happened to me. I'm happy.
I'm feeling so bad. I'm feeling so bad. But he should say untimely death that he did not face injustice. I'm feeling so bad. I'm feeling so bad. I'm feeling so bad. But he should say untimely death that he did not face injustice. I'm feeling so bad.
So the itinerary of the funeral and burial of Senator Prince Yomi Johnson is out. At the weekend, a meeting was presided over by a vice president and kinsman. And they concluded Tuesday, January 14 to Saturday, January 18. Tuesday, January 14, 10 a.m., removal ceremony, Samuel Stryker Funeral Home, Cinco. 11 a.m., according to the meeting, lie in state, the Senate. 6 p.m., wakekeeping, Christ Chapel of Faith Ministry, Love Street, Painesville, his church. Wednesday, January 15, 8 a.m., departure for Nimba County, Samuel A. Stryker Funeral Home. That means the body will be taken from there. 6 p.m., wakekeeping, Ganta, Nimba County. Thursday, January 16, 10 a.m., departure for Ganta Campley, Nimba County. 10 a.m., period of honoring. It will take place at Nimba County Administrative Hall, San Nicola, Nimba County, 6 p.m. Wakekeeping, Campley, Nimba County. Friday, January 17, 8 a.m. Departure for Campley Balm City, Campley City, Nimba County. The body will be taken there. 10 a.m. period of wakekeeping in Balm City, Nimba County. 6 p.m. that's honoring. 6 p.m. wakekeeping, Sackley, PA City, Nimba County. Saturday, January 18, 8 a.m. departure for Sackley, PA, Nimba County. Sackley, PA, Nimba County. The body will be taken there. 10 a.m. state funeral service. It will take place at PYJ Polytechnic University, Ganta, Nimba County. 2 a.m. committer, Ganta, Nimba County. 2 a.m. That means he will be buried. Committer means to put the frame beneath the earth or called burial. 2 a.m. he will be placed, the frame called body will be placed in the ground or buried. 4 p.m. repast at PYJ Polytechnic University, Ganta, Nimba County. Just thought to share it with you. That's it. All right, let's turn to you now. And those are the one from Ambassador Rufus Newville, that if the matter is not resolved in the soonest of time, the military will be forced to come in to take siege of the entire situation. And he explained why the sergeant at arms, why there is the sergeant at arms and the power the sergeant at arms has. And the two guys who are in contention, the grounds they are standing on. He said the speaker presides over. He calls the special session, the SONA. The speaker directs the protocol and entertains all motions, including adjournment. And Speaker Kofa can rely or may rely on the Supreme Court opinion to demand the gavel, because the Supreme Court did not say, Kofa, you are not speaker. The people elected a new speaker, by the law, you are out. They say, you go back and settle it. They did not delegitimize the speaker. Instead, they add further substance to Speaker Kofa being the speaker. But because they did not want to come out outrightly and say Richard Kuhn is not the speaker, his speakership was illegal, they say, you go back and resolve it. So everybody get their side now. Everybody claiming to be speaker, though we have a speaker. So if the situation persists in his words, the military will be forced to come out. 2, according to him, under Article 50, the president can exercise. Well, maybe you will say, okay, you'll do this, you'll do that. And we don't want to get to that point where the military will be used as political tool. The military is neutral in every situation except the state is threatened or something so strong that we demand. And even as that, it goes through a parliamentary procedure. But we don't want to reach a point that Mr. President will just take telephone and call the chief of staff or the defense minister and say, bring the military out. Then that one that junta state now. Then the next thing that going to happen, investors here will start packing to leave. When people ask them, they will say Liberia is not safe. The military is coming. And you know what it means when the military comes outside? You know what it means? In every country, once it reaches that point that the military is coming outside, forget it. People are scared. It means that the situation now is beyond control. We beg us all. We want to get into that situation. No, we don't want to get in that situation at all. And I want to believe that's why the guys are trying the best they can to say they're going back. And that will take me into the caution given by AB.
Because journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. There is no way that our country is safe. If there is no way that our country is safe, if there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay.
Definitely, definitely. And that is no better caution it is, certainly. And that's what we try to avoid. If nothing is done to have that House of Representatives confusion to another level reconciliatorily, then the military will be forced to come out. So you see what has happened. You see what this thing has gone to. And listen, these guys know what they are doing. They know. So they've gone and they're trying to leave everything. So they call a news conference to say they're going back. Because they took into consideration, some of them are lawyers. Some of their colleagues who are lawyers also advise them that, general guys, you guys may have a legitimate claim, as well as the majority bloc. But here is the atmosphere that if caution is not taken, it might degenerate into something else. You accept that Mr. President blunder. Apparently, his legal people weren't advising him, or they did not look into the future that this thing might reach a point that the military will be forced. Because when you have these two people stay in contention for the speakership and it goes to the SONA, you can't plunge one person out and recognize one person in the hall. So it will lead to something. So you tried the best you can to resolve it. I want to believe it is based on that these guys just went, 4 persons left and went on the other side. Then the 28 said they're going to the majority bloc. But earlier they were demanding the majority bloc to come on their side. Something is happening. Nobody should overlook what Rufus Newell said, because he quoted the Constitution, except it is not there. These are people they call expert opinion. A.B. comes, he said, and he explained everything in a simplified version from the legal perspective. That's what they call expert opinion around the world. They solicit these people opinion. So it helps solve the problem not only, but it safeguards the country going forward. Buakai legal advisors apparently were just telling him, Mr. President, yeah, you're right. Mr. President, do they want? Mr. President, no. But they were not advising him expressly. Now the SONA is about to take place. It is embarrassing. If care is not taken, then what the ambassador said might likely happen. We don't want that to happen, because it will turn into something else. We have to be very cautious. That is why I have always told you people, being in government is not the recipe, or it is not to prove a point to the opposition. When you're in government, you got nothing to prove to the opposition, but rather to fulfill the promises you made to the people. When you focus on proving a point to the opposition, you get yourself into a situation, a messy situation that you will not even be able to solve. And that's what happened to Buakai. That one whole year passed, Buakai did not do anything tangible. Nothing. Now all the people around him, they can't say anything. He is the one who is taking all of the blame. He's the one who's being lashed at. He's the one who's being condemned. He's the one who's being criticized. All of them sitting down, they're enjoying the United States dollars. They're enjoying their tinted windshield vehicles. They're moving from great restaurants to restaurants. They're calling for the best of all liquors. Nobody have time for them, because they did not take oath. It was the president that took the oath. Just like John Dramani Mahama took the oath. And what did he say? He said he took the oath for Ghana, and that he will uphold, defend, and protect the Constitution. It's not the same thing our president said here? Eh? Oh, how I like that part. He said, to defend, protect the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, of the Republic of Ghana. Then it ends with, so help me God. It can't say we. It doesn't say we, minister this, minister that, minister. No. You say I. That means you signing up, you risking your life, you putting your character forth, you taking full responsibility of everything. That is why when everything is finished, you are the leader. You have to be very witty. You have to be far-sighted. You have to be above the game of the day. You have to be independent in your thought. Otherwise than that, everything going to come at you as it is coming against Buakai. These guys got nothing to lose. You are being lashed at, Mr. President. You are the one. You're fighting hard. Had you not resolved to take on up, and had they advised you expressly, Mr. President, this thing here you want to do is not bad, but it's going to be a long haul, and it might plunge the country into something else. Most respectfully, we advise you leave it as it is. We can find another time and work around it better. Had they advised him expressly, we will not be in this thing. Around the world, you're just trying to find out what's happening around the world about Liberia. The people are not saying anything good about Liberia. People are skeptical. Investors are very cautious now. What kind of decision to take going to Liberia if they will ever want to come to Liberia? The ones that are here, they are careful. And when they start hearing news like this, the military coming outside, you know what's going to happen? In fact, you, the typical Liberians, you will be afraid. Because it is not normal to see the military out. That's why they stay off everything politics. They are completely neutral. They come out on purpose. And that purpose centers on the stability or instability of the country or external threat. Not political. They are not to engage into any political stuff. They are not to move. They are not to insert themselves into any political thing. Neither. Somebody just take telephone. Not because they say the Constitution says he's the commander-in-chief. That you just take telephone and put military outside. No, that's not what the law means. There are processes or procedures before the military comes out, because the military is not a political body guys, a group of political body guys that you can just send your brainer man, your tailor people from over there. Because when they're coming out, they're not coming out with bare hands. They're coming out with weapons. They're bringing their armory out. They're coming out with guns. And the military does not spare anything. Fire open. Whoever they can gun down, they will gun down, because the situation will now move from just being a military, a mere civilian stuff, or to something else. You think I think the police didn't do that? Or I say, oh, they were attacking the police. The military different. You hardly hear them talk. Once the command goes, forget it. That is why they keep the military far off. The Boaka poor in this thing. Yeah. You're lucky. You're lucky. That's 6 years. But I like how AB put it last night. Say, fire again. 1 year gone. Boaka, that is second year we eat. So that 4 years remaining. Technically, that 4 years. How long for this second year to pass? As soon as we get in February, March, we're talking about 2026. They're taking for a joke. You know why most Unity Party people are admitting that nothing has been done? Because time going. Every good government with a good platform hit the ground running in the first year. You think 6 years long is short? You think George Weah did not want another 6 years? He wanted it. Wasn't he a bit relaxed in 6 years? He was, to some extent. He thought that he had ample time ahead of him before he can realize 6 years over. The same thing is happening with Boaka, using the time to just talk about opposition, prove a point of opposition, condemn opposition. Boaka, 1 year gone, Boaka ain't get nothing to show. Who everybody lambasting at? They're not the ministers. He. Okay, let's see. Let's give the next person the money as we turn to you. Take few calls and then we are out. Continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. We're giving you 3,000 Liberian dollars. 3,000 Liberian dollars. Dial star 799 star 24 hash. Play with $100 or 50 cents. That's all. Let's play as many times as we can so that we can give you all the money. Please, we can't keep the money. You have to take it. The money is yours, not ours. If you're not playing, then you're not going to get it. If you play, you will receive it. If you think that it should be kept, well, it will be kept. If you can take it, it's up to you. If you take it by playing 799 star 24 hash, $100 Liberty or 50 cents US, then you have it for yourself. Okay, so let's give this person his or her money, and we'll take few calls and we are out. Few calls and then we are out of the show to get ready for tomorrow. So you see what we might reach to if this thing is not resolved. Terrible. Let's call this person and give his or her money. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm Sam Andrews. I'm talking to you from Kings FM 88.5. What is your name and where you are?
My name is
Janet Zoe.
Jeanette Zoe.
Yeah. Did you play the King's Catch giveaway?
Yeah.
When you play and how?
I play on
Tell the people to lower their voices.
yeah, I star 799 star 24 hash.
Say again.
Star 799 star 24 hash. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go to my pin.
All right. So that your mobile money, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, check it. We give you 3,000 Liberian dollars. Check it, your money there, yeah? So you will continue playing.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I will call you back. Okay. So let's turn to you people now. Have your say in the next few minutes, and then we go. 0772 2399 33. The WhatsApp line +231 886 304497. The women's line 0777980375. Few calls as quickly as we can. Then we are out while you continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Hello. Yeah.
I remember this is Coleman Dixon, and I want to make my impact.
Let's hear you.
Okay. Now, this is Liberia. From what has been going on for from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, I can't trust the military. I can't even trust the police. Because a lot of things been going on, and it's still going on.
When you say you can't trust the military, what that means?
Because I saw them at the airport, and they're not supposed to be there when the former president came in.
Mm-hmm.
What were they doing there?
Yeah.
That alone create trust issue.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when it comes to the police,
where police not supposed to be police there, where things happening that they're supposed to be, they're not even there.
Okay.
One example.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah. Thank you so much. 0772-23-9933. Let's do it as quickly as we can. Few calls on this, then we go. +231-886-304497. The women's line 0777-980-375. Miguel Naklan said, "It's my fervent hope that Speaker Jonathan Kofa would not relinquish his speakership for any reason. Let Bwakai and his likes do theirs. It is what it is. With God, all things are possible. We are certainly getting there. And with God, we will certainly get there." They're using the words of AB. Emmanuel T. Johnson. Okay. Latsanan V. Camara said, "We are watching them, our legislature, to work in the interest of the Liberian Constitution and the rule of law." Otaka Kahu said, "JMB is trying to plunge the country into chaotic situation and pack up for Sierra Leone." Clady Allison said, "President, 42 years experience, wants to plunge Liberia into a mess." Who else? Josephus Manning said, "Liberian people will always talk, but no action." Certainly, that's true. That's true. Do you know that the leading opposition political party has now become a fragile political party? Some people will argue, CDC not talking, they're following everything. When the appropriate time comes, they will talk. I disagree with that. If ever was a time for CDC to talk, now's the time. When you want to start talking? 3 years to the elections? 2 years? The expression keeping the government feet on the fire is not when you're approaching, when you got limited time to elections and you start shouting and screaming and running. Every area of the government, you bring it out to the public. The opposition is a reliable community that the people look up to for direction, for help. If the opposition isn't speaking, it gives the government a relaxed pace. There are things that the government know wrong. There are things they know they ought to do, but nobody putting pressure on them. Government is just like turtle. When you put fire on the back, it can move. And CDC, the leading opposition, cannot be a toothless bulldog in this situation of the country. Cannot. But I can understand why CDC is not. I can understand why. You guys who are supporters of CDC, you got to fight hard on your own. I can understand why. I know. It's as easy to understand. Let me share that with you. Listen, look at CDC in opposition. All of these guys today, look at them in opposition. It's just like you take a boy who is seeking opportunity to a football team. He hasn't achieved anything, and he wants to achieve something. He wants to prove a point to the coach. He wants the rest of the people to know that he got the talent to make the difference. So when he has the opportunity by getting onto the page, he will do everything he can to play right so that he gets something onto him in terms of recognition. So that's how it was. CDC in opposition, they had every reason to prove a point. Because you know why? They did not achieve. Today, most of these guys they have achieved. So they ain't get nothing to lose to put the government feet to the fire, to pressurize the government, to keep the government basic. It is not that you ought to get in the street. The people are not saying you should get in the street, be calling protests here and there. When CDC was in opposition, they were every night, a week when that passed, they will call news conferences 3, 4, 5 times. They will release press releases and other things. They were on the government back 24/7. What do you hear? Let me be very specific because I follow almost everybody. 3 times, Akara's Grace said, you're calling a nationwide protest, you're calling other protests. Those 3 protests or 2 protests, did you see anything? The man who say they're calling protests against the government at the time that King George stuff started, what was he doing? The man was sitting in a compound drinking a juice. But he was right on Facebook, nationwide protest. We're taking the entire country. One group coming from so, one group coming. This Boaka man, he's doing this, all kinds of things. You know, when you hear these politicians saying, you know what they're doing? They're telling you now, you come out, they're using you as human shields because they have something to protect. In opposition, they did not have anything to protect. And it shouldn't be that way. Why they have achieved over the 6 years through the help, the magnanimity of George Weah. They cannot allow Weah legacy to die. They have to rise up. Why it is true that they have acquired wealth and other things. If ever was a time to keep Boaka and his government feet to the fire, now is the time by talking, yes. But the reason why they're not talking about people that were sharing with you, look at it. What do you see Akara Gray can do? You just write on Facebook. What do you see Javasin Koji do? You just write on Facebook, they sit down. They ain't got nothing else. CDC that commands about 85% of the population in this country. We are still maintaining its popularity. Weah's popularity has not dwindled. It grows by the day. As evident by what we see, whenever we are out, half the nation, half the city comes out. What these guys need to do now, the standard bearer is still around. If the standard bearer wasn't around, then you say, oh yeah, the guys are weak, but the standard bearer stay around. When we are announced from the onset that he was not contesting 2029, what happened to all of these guys? They were weak. Why were they weak? Because the inspiration had just said he was not. Weah comes back and said, we are into 2029. In fact, we will start right now. That inspiration was rekindled, or the damning hope they had was rekindled. So what they need to do now to inspire the standard bearer further and to start moving. When the thing started, didn't Weah intervene? Weah intervened. Weah did not come to the country from where he was and make things happen. Who need to inspire him? They. But everybody sitting down because they achieve. The people get their houses or they get their businesses. So you will not see anything strong against Unity Party. Besides the government not wanting to protest, not wanting any protest, the opposition itself is not ready to protest. Every other thing will be at a motor, as we say in Liberia. Motor. The man who called the protest a few days, Janji, did you see him there? He wasn't there. He wasn't there. Only the typical Liberians who want, who are against the injustices and evil of the people, they risked their lives to go there, and they were beaten badly. They were put in jail. For God in heaven's sake, man. You will you ever see Akara's Great coming out to do anything? You will see the other person? No. That is the reason why CDC, until President Weah can sit down and do a thorough review and take some radical decisions. These guys are relaxed. They have achieved. They've got nothing to do anything in terms of moving out. They are protecting their interests, their achieved interests. So that Facebook protest will be on. They say, I can't just read whole day. The other person read. They just reading. I can read the people post. Most of them, we are friends. I can't get put a poll up just before I could come on the air. And I commented that instead of just talking and writing these things sounding rhetorical, you need to match words with action. Let me tell you, that's the reason, yeah? That's the reason you look at society. You look at it. It's not hard to understand. And you've been complaining. We can listen to you. Go, sedition say, oh, our party not talking. Yeah. Suppose, oh, the party will talk. And the party can just rush in talking. Look at the party 6 years ago and look at it now. Were they saying that we observing the government will take time? No, they were on the back of the government 24/7. The same Unity Party government, they were on the back. They're not different government, are the same Unity Party government. So why it can be now? Bwaka gone 12 months. Nothing, no achievement. They're sitting down. Bwaka going again. Look at what Weah had just said. Look at things that are happening around. The leading opposition party can't say anything. So will the government not be relaxed? I beg you, the people, your leader thing. Your who are seditions, your leave here. The burden on Weah now to sit down and structure CDC. And to do that, he has to take a radical decision. A radical one too. Because the guys who have been expelled and the guys who left, as far as they're concerned, CDC does not have any voice again. They felt that they were part of the strong voices. So leaving CDC, they don't have the voice, the men to rise up to the occasion to bring the government to book. Just few calls and then we'll go. Yeah, that's it there. That's it. Let's see what we can give the people who playing to get their money. Continue to play *799 *24#. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Andrews.
Yes, let's hear you, Chief.
Okay, I'm Pastor Cooper. I come from Barnesville precisely. First, I'll always give you the credit for your brilliant analysis. Yeah, but back to the issue you just discussed or explained. It's good that the leading opposition political party make a great protest or put the government into the fire. But you see, any certain government who does not respect the rule of law and the rights of its citizens, it is upon the ruling government to respect the rule of law and the rights of its citizens. But in as much as we have seen this government demonstrate openly that they are violators of the rule of law and respectability to the citizenry, it shows that even if the citizen comes out to protest openly, they will not be given the right to assemble and the right to express their freedom. It is clear. It's a sign of clear dictatorship. And that happened here before those time. We had a government, those were closed that University of Liberia. And even army people were sent out. What the previous caller told you that he does that even what do we call the aircraft. They can't even be trusted because they took part in the policy 2023. They say aircraft did not change. Even the chief of staff is a nephew to the president. It's a Waka. So what kind of order you against? You against order in the interest of the uncle.
Okay, Chief.
So it's a clear indication. It's a clear indication that anybody take to the street to exercise that democratic.
No, not necessarily.
Right.
Not necessarily taking to the street, and nobody going to kill anybody. Listen.
No, but they shot people before they came to King John. What happened there?
No, listen.
The recent thing at Capital Building, I was there that day.
Listen, Chief, if that is your position, pastor, If that is your if that is your position, then let everybody remain silent. Nobody should say anything. You should not even call on the air to say anything about Bwaka. You should not call to say the government is the government doing that. Hello, Pastor. Sorry that you talk there. Yes, I'm not saying that you should get on the street to protest. Besides CDC being the leading political parties, there are other political parties here. I'm only saying because CDC is the leading political party. CDC commands 85% of the population in this country. Take it or leave it. The number is fixed. The number is fixed. I'm not saying get in the street. We have seen political parties' positions. Say, hold on, mama. You can call a news conference. You can issue press releases. You can do all of these things. The people hear it. They know. It's not everything protest. Protest is not getting on street. Y'all understand it too. You have to educate the people of this country. Protest simply means expressing one's position. So I can sit down and write a press release and send it. And you hear the person say, according to Sam Andrews, the government to hear it will say, but that's what Sam Andrews said. I think it makes sense, but we are doing this, however, we take his suggestion. That's what protest is. It means expressing yourself is either for or against. Hello?
Yeah,
Let's hear you quick. Time.
Yeah,
Let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Sam Andrew, that's why I love Sam Andrew. You know, Sam Andrew, you are realist. You are a real journalist. You are a good journalist. You know, when there is an issue, you always flagging it out. What is everything by this time, Sam Andrew? The citizen opposition will see it. But 2025 CDC this time, the opposition very weak, Sam Andrew. So I say Andrew is not saying. Where is Moses and Carlos Gray? Where is Jefferson Tamakochi by this time? What you know, Joseph Bonga is breaking all our law. But nobody can talk because they are already accumulated wealth. But thank you, Sam Andrew, for the issue. Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Yeah, let's hear you quick.
Yeah, I'm Peter David Castle. I cover under the street like you know what Johnson is. Mr. Sam Andrew, I totally agree with you. Though the past 1 year of Joseph Boakai administration, CDC as a political party has really been a lukewarm. And you know, an opposition, a major opposition political party, you are the next option of the Liberian people. So capitalize on the mistake of the government. There have been several mistakes, but the guys are not speaking. You know, those of us and those of you that are in the media that are really reflecting the issue about the Liberian people, but CDC as a party, that one was very much correct, and nobody should defend that. Liberty Cody, where is he today? I can't get the talking guy. Even look at the party chairman, Jangaku. I've not heard him one day on radio critiquing and checkmating this particular government. Nobody's talking about protest. Protest are the only instrument that can be used to checkmate a national government. These guys, you can checkmate them by the mistakes that they have been made. Look at what happened to the House of Legislature. It is because CDC has sat down to fold their hands. That's what today you see the situation even for Article 18. It was very much reported for active, but now these guys will have to go back in their chairs. Like you can't have old men who are governing the country.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
In a deceitful and a reckless manner. That you sit down
thank
as
you,
a
sir.
major opposition political party and allow things to fly. So thank you very much.
Have a nice Tuesday. My dear sister Claudie Allison, she's asking, she said, so what happened to the other political parties? Why are they not talking to? Claudie, when I'm saying opposition, I'm referencing everybody. But of these opposition parties, there is no party that is strong. There is no party that is formidable. There is no party that is fortified. There is no party that is known in this country. Then the Congress for Democratic Change. There is no party that the government is afraid of, that Joseph Yuma Boakai is afraid of. There is no party that Boakai does not want to talk. CDC. If CDC start and is consistent, Boakai pressure will go up. No president likes a strong, fortified, radical opposition. It happened to Ellen, yeah. Ellen almost fell off. We saw the thing, Clady. We saw it. If CDC starts as the leading opposition and they are consistent, Bwaka pressure will go up. Bwaka will call people to talk and beg them. Say, I hold your foot. You know the country this, the country that, the country, all kinds of stuff. You know why the government officials and the president and other people, they relax? No pressure on them. Nothing. And that's what I said. The reason why the party is like this, not moving the fragile, because everybody achieved. Claudia, that simple thing. When you don't get it and you fight hard, you get it, you relax. You are not risk your life. You are not risk your life. You are be protective of your preference, your interest, your property, everything. That's what we see in Liberia, Claudia. The other political parties, what kind of political party you get, my dear sister? Well, besides CDC and Unity Party. No party you have in this country called Liberia. No party. The other ones then, the subservient political parties, they go to the president, they get them 200-300. Yeah, the other one there, the man who say you are supporting Unity Party, how to call it? Something like Sagboli. What happened when that happened? Unity Party point aside, he headquarters a lockdown, rust growing all on the door. You can't hear about none of those people because they ain't get it on their own to survive. There are political parties there. They don't even get their own headquarters. Some of them, the people took them from there. You see? What do you say, sister? Yeah, man. Okay, man. Josephus, yeah, thank you. Sure, that's it. Thank you ever so much. Congratulations to the people of Ghana again on the successful election, credible, transparent elections, and the inauguration of John Dramani Mahama. Oh, you Ghanaians here, you did extremely well. We are proud of you people. Thank you ever so much. At least the majority bloc speaker and Senator Dillon there, they went to learn. They went to learn because whole day that parliament is door. They saw organization. Dillon then sat here. Their own president, his inauguration was messy. He went over there, he saw it. He saw organization together with Bezonga Finlay. All of them, they in Ghana. They saw it. When they come back, the only thing they will be fighting for, money. No organization here. I see the news is on at 6 o'clock. And then at 8 this evening, AB is on. We face the issues. You don't want to miss it. Thank you ever so much. We're back tomorrow if God permits. This is how we go home.
His Excellency,